And Coach Kennedy, we are going to begin with you as we talk about how religious liberty is denied on campuses still. Coach.
Thank you very much for having me. And I know Kelly's over there very nervous about what I'm going to say because you have my written testimonies in front of you. And of course, I can't read really well, and I go off the cuff anyway. So a little bit about myself. I'm a simple guy, high school football coach. I was a former Marine. I'm a husband to 4 kids and married to my wife. So I was just an average just kind of guy. And then all of a sudden, God thought it'd be cool to put me on as a poster boy for prayer in school, the praying coach. And I don't know the Bible. I don't know all of this stuff. And I was a brand new Christian, and I didn't know how to navigate these systems. And it was absolutely ridiculous. I could not understand that I was being prosecuted and persecuted for a 15-second prayer on the 50-yard line after a football game. And this was everyday America football. This is nothing new. So we worked with the school. We tried to work with the school. They said, stop praying with the kids. And I did. I never prayed with the kids again. But me, by myself, out there in public where people could see me, that still caused a bunch of heartache and problems for everybody. And it costs, let me tell you what it cost me. This is the part that I wanted to really talk about, is it cost me really everything. I think about Charlie Kirk and we say what a sacrifice he did, but he actually is up partying with God right now, and we are still here fighting. So we are actually the ones that are still suffering here. He's not suffering. He's up in heaven smiling right now and cheering us on. But we are down here. I had to sue my wife, who was the HR director for the school district. Sue your wife and see what happens. See how that feels. We almost got divorced over it. It came down to where she asked me, she said, is this worth it? What's more important, your marriage or this fight? And I had to look her in the eyes, and I had to tell her that this fight was more important. Because without this fight, I wouldn't have my marriage. I wouldn't have my faith. I wouldn't have gone with what God has asked me to do, which was to pray after every game and be thankful. That was my covenant. And if I wasn't true to my word, I would have been the biggest hypocrite in the entire world. And I didn't want to be known as that guy. The hardest part of it, you think that was hard, just suing your wife and almost getting a divorce. I don't know what it feels like to lose a child, but I do know what it feels like to lose 60 of them all in one shot. I had to give up the team that I loved. I was with these kids day in and day out. Some of them I've married, some of them I have buried. I've seen their kids. One of them named their kid after me. I mean, how crazy is that? We were doing such great things. And in the end, when all of us were doing the prayer, it was everybody in our entire league praying. And it came as a compliment. It wasn't because somebody complained. But the enemy took notice because it was going so well and started kicking us in the shins. And now that we won, you sit there and say, well, Coach, you won your case. Well, so why are you so passionate? Why are you so, gung-ho about this? Well, it's really simple. I got people sitting right beside me right now. I get pictures every single week especially during football season, of kids kneeling on the football fields after football games, and it makes my heart just pound. I love it. It's the greatest thing I see. But then I get a phone call from a guy in Tennessee, a coach, Trey Campbell, and that's why I'm wearing my Tennessee high tops, is for that simple fact, because people are still being persecuted and prosecuted for their faith in public. We won. We fought for 7 years. Me and Kelly went through the court systems twice to the Supreme Court, yet nothing has changed fundamentally, not on the ground, not on our level. So really, in just finishing it up, I actually wanted to read one thing. It says, literally, I'm a simple guy, average Joe, playing on my movie and my book, Eric Metaxas. I wanted to give back to the schools and the community that I once made very difficult. After the game, I took a knee to say thanks. That's all. That could be turned into a national controversy. It says more about the confusion in our country than the conduct of the person performing it. So thank you very much. God bless you guys.
Thank you, Coach.